So look, Bernie has lost. He dropped out. He suspended his campaign, and that's a wrap. And there's been moments where I, and I'm sure a lot of other Bernie voters, we felt disaffected because of that, man. We felt hopeless because of that. This guy represented the one thing that was right about American politics. He was the guy who brought us all into the political system. We thought politics was useless before that. We thought it was just corrupt and rigged and there was no point in trying to fight it. But Bernie gave us hope. He gave us a vision forward. And now it feels like it's simply gone. But what I want people to realize is that there's a bigger picture to all this. There's a grander purpose. We can't just give up hope now. Bernie sparked this movement. Bernie helped create this movement. He woke up the sleeping giant of all the disaffected people who felt like politics wasn't for them. We're now in this fight. And there is a path forward. We have to carry this movement across the finish line. We are not there yet, but there is a way forward. He helped open that path for us. So now it's on us to learn the lessons of 2020 and 2016 and keep marching forward to the finish line. So what are those lessons? Well, the most important one is that you cannot just win and create change at the ballot box. You can't just win at the ballot box. You can't create change just at the ballot box. That's not how it works in American politics. It's too rigged. It's way too rigged. You have to have an inside and outside game. Now, what exactly do I mean by that? I mean that if Bernie and AOC are going to be on the floor of Congress talking about how we have to implement Medicare for all, Green New Deal, etc., they can't just be speaking those words alone. They have to have a grassroots movement behind them. And not just voting, but in the streets behind them. A literal grassroots army of sorts. They have to be protesting. They have to be demonstrating. They have to be striking. They have to have real grassroots mobilization, an entire movement, civil rights movement style, behind them. Because that gives them leverage. That gives them people power. And that's going to be the strength that we need to see real change passing here in the United States. So, I'm going to go into further detail about what that mobilization looks like. I'm talking about millions of people, not just in their homes, sitting on their ass, right? You know, talking about, oh, I hate how the system works and politics sucks. Oh, I'll donate $20 here. No, you need to go from home into the streets. Every single one of us go from home into the streets, protesting, demonstrating, and striking. Millions of us. And it has to be in an organized way. And I'm getting to that organization later. But the entire objective of it has to be to grind the economy, grind business, and grind the establishment's money, and the elite's money, hold it hostage, and say, we are willing to grind this entire economy to a halt until you listen to our demands. That has to be the strategy. You have to use the only power that we have, which is our consumption and our money and holding this entire economic system together. It's powered by the middle and working class. We have to use the only power that we have left and say, we will hold it. We will hold this economy hostage until you listen to our voice, listen to our demands. That has to be the goal, and there has to be millions of us. Because you have to show them you're not playing around. You have to show them that you are serious about this. And you are willing to hold it all hostage. Now, with that comes a certain degree of organization with it. You have to be completely organized. And that comes down to the demands. There has to be 3 clear, short, and concise demands. No more than 3 to 4. And they have to be based on economic populism and not this cultural left BS. I'm tired of this SJW, just crap, like this stuff about identity politics. Like Elizabeth Warren, her campaign was plagued by that. Bernie's campaign was slightly plagued by that, but Bernie himself is a straight to the core economic populist. But that's been the downfall of the left for many years now. And it has to stop. If you want to create real change in this country, you have to create an entire coalition. And the cultural left, identity politics crap, that's not popular. What's popular is economic populism. What's popular is the Medicare for All proposal, Green New Deal, tuition-free college. That's popular. And if you get 3 to 4 clear economic populist demands, and you have millions of people united behind those demands, and they're in the streets fighting for those demands, demanding those demands, I'm telling you, they will have to listen and take you seriously because now you've held the economy hostage and you said, we will not continue to buy your goods. We will not continue to work your jobs and make you money until you listen and at least try to implement three of these demands. Move in the right direction on these three demands. And I think that they should come on incredibly popular proposals that have been tried and proven to be overwhelmingly popular with the American people. Medicare for all is one. Tuition-free public college is another one. And a Green New Deal. And I'm especially passionate about that because I'm young and I don't want to die on this planet because of climate change. So, three policies that are overwhelmingly popular, polling 60% and above amongst general opinion polls with the American people. And if you have those three demands, that's incredible. But it also has to be all of the activist groups, all of the labor unions, all of the youth action groups together, plus just average regular Joe folks, all united together. And there can't be any infighting, any squabbling about what the three demands are going to be. No, just agree on one that most of you can agree on and go out and try to create the greatest amount of change for everyone. And if you do that, I mean, it's a dream come true. So that's it, bro. That's how you create change. That right there is exactly how you create change. This is a era of incredible imbalance. And you have the economic and political elite with so much power, so much control over the way the entire system operates. And with that, it makes it impossible, I believe, to simply create change at the ballot box. There's simply too many forces to overcome. You have the entire media establishment against us, political establishment against us, the corporate establishment against us. That's incredibly hard to overcome. So you're going to have real grassroots mobilization, millions of people in the streets, again, with no more than 3 to 4 demands, and have incredible organization behind them. And once you have that going for you, the progressive politicians who want to fight on our behalf, they have the leverage that they need. Because now the economy is going to be held hostage. And the leaders have to listen. The policymakers have to listen. So I think that's the way we move forward as the left. That's how we do this, man. Again, and I know it's a tough time. Like, Bernie meant so much to us. He meant so much to me. He's the reason why I got into politics. He is. But he created this movement not so that we could simply sulk about when he lost the presidential election. I mean, he started a run in 2015. The whole point of it was to move the Democratic Party to the left. He was trying to create the blueprint. He was trying to lay out the plans and lay the infrastructure so that we could take it and carry it across to the finish line. And a grassroots mobilization, organized, concise, with clear economic populist demands. That's how we do it.
Yeah, we riding. Yeah, you know we vibing. Bitch, we just living.